Today, I'd like to talk to you about a tool that you can that you can use, and that can literally change your life. I'm not kidding. Before we get to that, well, this is called the self-coaching model that I'm going to talk about today. This is going to be a two-part video. So I'm going to do the first part today, next part next Monday. The reason why I want to talk about this today is earlier I had a chat with my boyfriend, and throughout the conversation I started getting some thoughts that triggered some feelings, and I was in a bit of a funk, and I had to get myself out of that funk because I didn't want to come on camera today and be like kind of mopey and all that. So I decided to use the self-coaching method and model, and I thought that was such a good tool actually to share with you in case you ever need this in your life. This is something that you can use for your business. This is something that you can use in your personal life. Either way, it can be extremely helpful. So that's what I want to talk about today. So the idea behind this, I sort of mentioned it at the beginning of the video, is that your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. Now I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to turn the light because I realized I didn't turn on the light. Oops, that happens. Right, now that that's done, I'm going to talk about 5 elements that we are going to talk about today. The first one is circumstances. Circumstances are those are facts. They are things that are measurable, that can be proved, that are not debatable. They are neutral, neither good nor bad. So for example, if I'm saying I'm 1.64 meters tall, this is a fact. If I'm saying it's currently 5:32 p.m. in the UK, this is also a fact. So those are circumstances. Next, we've got thoughts. Thoughts are sentences that we have in our heads. Sometimes we talk about the voice that we have in our head, those are thoughts. The third thing we're talking about today, feelings. Feelings are a vibration. They are a physical thing that we tend to feel in our belly. And they, when using the self-coaching model, we usually want to stick to one word to describe the feeling that we are experiencing. So for example, I am excited, I am angry, or rather, I feel excited, I feel angry, I feel scared, I feel relaxed, I feel confident. You get the gist. So those are physical vibration, things that we tend to feel in our gut, in our bodies. The fourth thing we're talking about today, actions. So actions are the things that we do, the things we don't do, and the way we react to things as well. So what we do, what we don't do, so inaction, and our reactions as well. And finally, the fifth element that we're talking about today, results. Results are the consequences, they are the outcome of our actions, inactions, or reactions. Still following me? Okay, let's carry on then. So there's that idea for the self-coaching model, that idea that we can make, in order to make real change, we have to change our thoughts and we have to change our feelings, because together they form our limiting beliefs. So let's move on to the more practical side of things. I'm going to describe it into 3 steps because that's how I've learned it. And I'm sure if you Google that, if you Google the self-coaching model, you'll probably find out that it's presented as 3 steps. So the first step is to take a piece of paper and to write down C for circumstances. On a different line, write the letter T for thoughts. On the new line, writing F for feelings, then on a new line, A for action, then on a new line, R for results. So far, it's pretty easy. Then the next step is to fill in one of the lines, any line you want, based on what you want to solve. So let's work with an example because personally, I understand things better with examples. And since I'm an illustrator, And I know that some of my audience, some of you guys are also illustrators or like to draw in your spare time. We're going to use an illustration related example. So for example, I've got my CTFAR kind of column, and for A, for action, I'm going to say not drawing in my sketchbook. So essentially that's an inaction. And then the third step of that process is that you fill in the other lines. So for not drawing in my sketchbook, in action, or in this case inaction, for circumstances, I'm writing sketchbook practice because this is the theme. This is neutral, this is neither good nor bad. We're talking about sketchbook practice, and there's no judgment whatsoever. Circumstances. Then for thought, my thought about sketchbook practice, and in the context of not drawing in my sketchbook, my thought is when I'm doing or when I'm drawing in my sketchbook, I'm not doing something that generates money. I picked that example because this is a real example, guys. That's actually sometimes one of my problems, one of my thoughts that sometimes stops me from drawing in my sketchbook. And I know that for those of you and those of us who do illustration professionally, sometimes some of us struggle with drawing in our sketchbook because we need to make money, and we feel that we need to make things or to do things that generate money pretty much straight away, or like finding a way that is very obviously producing money. So little recap. So C, my circumstances, sketchbook practice. T, thought, when I'm not drawing, when I'm drawing in my sketchbook, I'm not generating money. Feeling, that triggers as a feeling that I feel demotivated. And so the action, or in this case, inaction, the one that I started with was then I don't draw in my sketchbook because I don't feel motivated to draw in my sketchbook. And the result of that is that I'm not experimenting, I don't have new personal work. So that would be an example of how to do it. You can, as I was saying, you can start with your feelings if it feels more like a feeling, or you can start with your thought if you're aware of that thought, or you can start with a result, like going to the gym, like not going to the gym, for example. You can start anywhere you want, and then you fill in every line for each of the categories. And what this exercise, what the self-coaching model helps us with, essentially it's gaining awareness. As I was saying at the beginning of this video, the premise of this whole thing is our thoughts trigger feelings, those feelings create our actions or inactions or reactions, and those actions create results. And as we were saying, in order to change the results that we get when we're not happy with them, we need to change our thoughts and our feelings. So this is essentially what I'm going to be covering next week. I don't want to make too long a video. I was going to go full on like the whole thing today, and I was like, because the next steps, there's a lot to cover as well. I just didn't want to make something that was too long. So I think this is enough for today. I'll be back next Monday at 5:30 p.m. British time. So if you want to know how you can and how we can break those patterns, create new pathways, change our thoughts and change our results, come back and join me next Monday. And in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, please do like it and give me a follow if you're not already following me, because that really helps me out. And if you've tried the self-coaching model before, let me know how it went for you. I'm really interested in knowing what results you've had. That's something that I've only discovered, probably maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So I've only been using it very recently, but it's helped me tremendously. As I was saying at the beginning of this video, this, like me talking about this today, started with a conversation with my boyfriend, which triggered some thoughts, which triggered some feelings, and then I was in a bit of a funk, And using that model and working on this video for you guys has really helped me get out of that funk. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this. Join me next Monday at 5:30 p.m. And if you want to take this to the next level, you can now book mentoring sessions with me as well. And the link for that is in my bio. So until next Monday, take care. Have a lovely afternoon or evening or morning or night, depending on where you are in the world. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.